It should be recording. Yes, it's recording. All right, so what I would normally start with when I'm doing a portrait is to just simply duplicate the background layer and edit on that copy. That way I'm not just destroying the background. What I tend to do, and I'm going to zoom in here to start, this has a bit of noise, so I could start with reducing noise. Let me do that. Filter, noise, reduce noise, and we're going, I don't see a lot of color noise, so I'll leave that alone, but I'll bump up my strength.
Is color noise just like the grain?
Well, so it's grain, but it's when you get like weird color speckles, which is often when you have grain and it's like underexposed. You have some funky color, but I don't really see any here. But it would be like if the hair is starting to go like orange, or you sometimes see like even blue or purple speckled in where it shouldn't be. But yeah, I don't really see any here, so I'm not gonna do much. I'm gonna take down the preserve details a little, and hopefully it'll smooth this out some. If I click and release, I should be seeing a difference, and I'm not. So let me take down this and take down this and bring this up. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any change. Okay, now I'm starting to see a little bit when I click and release this. I don't know that you all can see it there. Maybe if I take this down a little more, you'll see. If I click and move, it gets a little sharper and you see a little bit more noise, and then when I release it gets a tad bit softer. You probably can't see it up there, can you?
Can you do it again? I think so.
So this is without and this is with. This is without and this is with. Yeah, you hardly see it up there, but
Very subtle.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna take preserve details down a little more, and maybe that will. Like I can see a change. It's just a very subtle change when I look at it on my screen, and it just doesn't normally translate to the bigger screen. So that's doing a little bit. Huh? But what I'm going to do next is going to be much more noticeable. So, and it will actually reduce the noise too. All right. So what I normally do is I'm going to blur the skin on the face. I'm going to go to Filter, Blur. I always use Gaussian blur because that was what was like, it was one of the first blur tools back 20 years ago. So I always like it. And I'm gonna only do maybe like, even 5 is too much. Let's try 3. And what I'm looking for it to do is to just blur all of the skin a little bit. I'm gonna say that's even too much. I'm gonna go with like 2.5. And I should really be judging this at 100% zoom. But you can see the blur, right? So it's blurring the face significantly. We're not going to keep all of that. We're going to only apply it in the skin tones. And I actually just realized I sort of skipped a step. So I could do this and then I'd have a lot more to erase. But what I really should do is I should start by going to select the skin tones. So if I go select color range and I click on the skin tones, I can make it so that I'm only selecting the face. If I hold down shift, that's adding, or I could click on this plus tool and I could click until I have pretty much all of the skin tones highlighted.
Wait, so it's kind of like making a mask, right?
Yep. Oops. A mask in the sense of it's only going to apply to these areas, and a mask in the sense of it's only the face. So holding down shift and clicking will do that, or just using the plus tool. The other thing